absolutely.
So you're representing the 2K community right now. If there's anything you could ask Mike, what would it be?
It's all gonna be things he can't say. Like, when's it dropping? Like I need to know everything, man. Like, hey, Mike, just want you to know you are appreciated. I know the devs don't hear that all the time, but I know you be working day in and day out.
Appreciate it, Agent. What kind of questions do you ask him specifically?
Like, yo, when's the game release? Is it gonna
Traffic heading in and out of downtown. Allison. Well, you're right, D.A. A big lift for their offense. And he defends, too. It's getting late in the season. Let's see how the standings are out west. You look at Utah, advantage in one series. Of course, there's the Timberwolves. They're looking to salvage what they can of the season.
And I think for Utah, they've done a good job staying relevant this season. I mean, I was concerned they'd suffer a drop-off, but just give them credit. They've hung in here in this playoff race.
Resiliency has been crucial for this team. Anytime it looks like they may start to drag a little bit, they've picked it back up and stayed in the hunt.
And checking out Utah's opening lineup, Conley runs the point with Mitchell flanking him. Inside, we have Ingles and Gobert. And it's O'Neal in at the 3, the small forward. And for Minnesota, they've got Karl Anthony Towns, D'Angelo Russell out there with Malik Beasley. And it's Hernan Gomez in at the 4 slot. So the Utah Jazz able to put the first points up on the board. Now Beasley. And they get some nice contributions from him on a nightly basis as he averages over 11 points a game. And that one's good. Russell. Late in the season, Doris, and some teams now are not going to be in the postseason. They're out of the playoffs and are giving more time. You talked about this earlier, giving more time to their young players to develop.
Well, there is nothing more beneficial to a young player than real-time NBA experience. So when you're out of the playoffs, those young guys start to get more and more minutes. They'll give those young guys more and more responsibility on the offensive and defensive end. And there's no greater teacher than giving NBA reps to guys who you think can be a key part of your future.
It's so fun for us as the fans and people that cover the league to get a glimpse of the future, what these teams, what these individual players could be like.
And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand and he's the one doing the slam.
Agreed. He is smooth as silk, even on a power finish. Here's a Kogi. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass.
What floor awareness from Karl Anthony Towns to be 7 foot and that skilled. How lucky is he?
Gobert, the pass to Ingles. Back to Gobert. Out to Conley. Here's Mitchell. 11 points for him in that last game against Oklahoma City. Another miss by Utah. For Minnesota, they've gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. Here's Ingles. And that one falls coming off Conley's feet.
Joe Ingles has a great feel for understanding when to shoot the jump shot or when to attack off the bounce. That is not bashful right there. There's real synergy in play right now on the offensive end. The pass was right where it needed to be.
Conley kicks to Mitchell. Back to Conley. On the wing, Mitchell. Just 5 to shoot. Conley against Russell, and he banks in the layup.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
I think defensively, that is not the way you want to start. Giving up high percentage looks, that doesn't typically end well.
For 3, Beasley. Shot clock reset for the Timberwolves. Okogie, the pass to Hernan Gomez. Russell high post. It's good for his second make. He's made 2 of 3 so far.
Well, this is the first full year now for Ryan Saunders. Let's remember he was hired by Minnesota full-time after an interim stint last season. And boy, did the players love playing for him.
Minnesota in the lead. To the wing on the left. Here's Towns. And again, it's Minnesota.
I mean, guys, how good is the form and the release? Karl Anthony Towns capable in the mid-range as well.
And as we know, Doris, Ryan Saunders, the son of the late, great Minnesota legend, Flip Saunders.
Well, certainly the family has history with the organization, but in no way did Ryan Saunders get the job due to name only. This guy proved he can get wins from this Minnesota roster last year. For Saunders, he's known as a player development guy, and the ability to handle superstars is part and parcel to the job.
Oh, how about the finesse there? Nice little gentle touch on the board.
And you know, when you have that gentle touch, those tip-ins are easy to come by.
But Karl-Anthony Towns can be a 20 and 10 guy consistently. This guy is a workhorse on the glass.
Here's Mitchell. Not going to go that time. Excellent D there from Beasley. And the foul called on Donovan Mitchell. That's his first foul. Whole new look on the floor for Minnesota. And Utah making a change here. Johnson surveying the floor. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. The Timberwolves shooting their first free throws of the night.
And they've been ordinary on the season as well, just about 75% from the line.
Second free throw, no good. Ingles with the ball. Here's Davis. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
And the D getting outworked there on the putback. Can't let that happen.
Greg, you have got to put a body on somebody. We talk about it ad nauseum, but you've got to be disciplined with the box outs.
At the end of one, a closely contested game. During his tenure in Utah, Coach Quinn Snyder has quickly earned the...
Very lucky to have a coach like that.
Coach Snyder doing a terrific job with his team.
Just a great tactician, and he's clearly got his guys buying in to his message.
And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out in the second quarter. And what do you guys think about Minnesota here in this one?
Just a terrific first quarter, sparked really by their unselfishness.
I'll tell you, that willingness to make the extra pass, that is what creates good looks. It also forces the defense to scramble.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, as the second quarter gets going. Taking a look at the Jazz, Emmanuel Mudiay out there with Clarkson. And it's Rudy Gobert. Then there's Davis. And it's Niang in at the 3 spot. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, D'Angelo Russell was traded from the Lakers and, in his words, was kicked on the way out. He's become an all-star in Brooklyn. Russell said, "It's a heck of an accomplishment. That respect from your peers, your coaches, other teams, it's a great feeling." And Kevin, given how it started for him in L.A., many remain shocked by Russell's rapid ascent.
Coming into his own, you're right, David. Thank you. And although the team didn't have much success last year, Emmanuel Mudiay certainly got his career back, I thought, Doris, in the right direction.
Well, I think for Emmanuel, he had an opportunity for minutes, and he played as he needed to in order to show that he is a capable player going forward. The tools, I think, have always been there for the former number 7 pick. It's about starting to put it together consistently.
And now Minnesota on the fast break. And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
Quick job of getting up the floor and creating early offense.
You don't give the defense any chance to set up. Sometimes you just love an easy look.
Clarkson kicks to Niang. Passes to Davis. Fires the 3. Reed with the rebound. Minnesota leading by 4. Noel. He's covered by Clarkson. Now, here's Colton. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against the Rockets in Houston. Johnson can't connect from short range.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
Here's Clarkson. Gobert. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
I love it when Rudy Gobert crashes the offensive glass, uses those long arms to great advantage.
Kicks it out to Johnson. This one for 3. Drills the three-pointer. Johnson's got the lead up to 5 now for the Timberwolves.
Well, if you offer no resistance defensively, he's going to knock down the 3. It's really that simple, guys.
Gobert finds Davis and foul on the. And here we go with the coach's challenge. Not surprised in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Well, the Jazz's Quinn Snyder has become one of the most respected head coaches in the league. And think, guys, a player poll even had him ranked 7th among coaches they'd like to play for. And consider he's in Utah. That is not exactly a free agent destination.
Russell with a wide open look. Off target with his 3. Jazz trail by 3. Right side, Conley. Here's Davis, and it's sent back by Russell.
Well, that's the energy and effort that D'Angelo Russell brings on the defensive end. This guy has got the ability to be a factor there.
Count that bucket. And Doris, what is it, do you think, about Quinn Snyder that gives rise to that respect?
Well, you think about it. He played the game at a high level, of course, collegiately at Duke. He has paid his dues as a coach. He's got tremendous intellect for the game. And there's this growth mindset with him. He's always looking at himself. How can I get better?
It's stolen by Hernan Gomez. Lets the 3 fly. They grab their own miss.
Well, not sure who was responsible for the blockout, but this guy got in there and dug out his points.
For the Utah Jazz, they come in off a loss to Oklahoma City. Conley, the pass to Mitchell. Outside Conley. 5 to shoot. Lets it go with a 3. Connects from 3-point range. Conley's got 5.
It's Conley's ability to hit the long ball that makes him such an asset. Stretches the floor and creates space.
Russell passes to Okogie. And that'll do it for the first half of competitive games. All right, thank you, David. And folks, don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the start.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
It is a good game we have here after one half of play. Everybody, welcome back for our halftime show. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, and it was a closely contested first quarter for Minnesota. They saw their lead grow to a high water mark of 5. And that'll about do.
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. Look at Ed Davis. What a contribution.
The way he was able to finish on the block was incredible there in that first half.
It felt like his work on the interior really gave this offense a boost. Let's see if he can dominate the rest of the way.
We've got D'Angelo Russell. Also Malik Beasley out there. And it's Towns in at the center position. That's the group starting the second half for Ryan Saunders.
And you think about the Wolves' history. KG clearly their best player, but Big Cat has a chance to reach that level someday.
He does, Greg, and I think we always look through KG's legacy being defined by passion, commitment, and leadership. That was as important as his basketball skill. Karl Anthony Towns is similarly talented, right? I think the key is he just needs to find consistency. That's the last step.
Conley against Russell. And with that shot, the Minnesota lead is cut to just 7 on the basket from Conley.
And that tells the tale here today, guys. Throughout this game, they've been able to get the ball in tight and finish.
No good from Beasley. For Utah, they've gone 1 of 3 since starting the second half. Mitchell dishes to O'Neal. And there's the pass to Ingles. Out to Conley. Rebound, Minnesota.
All right, time now to pick it up. You're 1 for 4, and you certainly don't want to give your opponent momentum.
Yeah, the defender all over.
Doris, you've said this often. It is incredibly difficult to compare guys of different positions in different eras, isn't it?
It really is. There's so many discussions about who's the GOAT, who's the greatest of all potential time. And there are certain names that are always going to pop to the top of the list, LeBron James. But it's very difficult to me, say, to compare a Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, one of the greatest to ever man the center position, had the impossible-to-check sky hook. But how do you compare him with LeBron James, who, though he is, and I don't know what position he is, he may be the greatest passer in the history of the league. Like, let's enjoy individual greatness without comparison.
Gobert down low, defended by Towns. And that one is off. Timberwolves leading by 9. Here's Layman. Come on. And out of bounds as Utah gains possession.
Looking at some numbers for Johnson, he's been in good form here the last few weeks, averaging 13 points per game, 4 assists and 4 rebounds. Well, fans of this team will take this kind of production from him without hesitation.
I'll tell you, he has been a solid contributor. They have called his number, and he has delivered for them.
Occupying that instant offense role, Doris, Jordan Clarkson able to get his shot anytime.
No doubt, Kevin. He's a little bit of a streaky scorer. The challenge is on the defensive end. That's where he has to really improve if he's going to stay on the floor and impact winning.
Now, here's Culver, defended by Moutier. The Timberwolves again can't hit. Jazz trail by 7. Launches a 3. Shot's good by Clarkson. Clarkson's got 5 points now this quarter.
Well, the one thing about Clarkson, a little bit inconsistent from deep, so that's a welcome sight for his team.
Culver passes to Towns. And so the ball out of bounds. Gobert touched it last. George Niang is checked in for Royce O'Neal. Goes up off the inbound. Here's Culver. He doesn't hit that one. And Utah the other way now. And here's Clarkson. 5 points in the game. Great positioning on the putback. Now just a 2-point Minnesota lead.
Oh, smooth. Guys, very good job getting himself in close enough that he could just tip it back in.
Well said. Those kind of plays in the offensive glass can tell the story sometimes, can't they? They get it back. Here's Gobert, and it's all evened up. Gobert's got 6.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
Here's Layman. Gobert with the block.
Now, this is the calling card of Rudy Gobert, a superb shot blocker. The wingspan is a thing of beauty.
Here's Moutier. Hits the front of the rim and out. Minnesota's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Johnson kicks to Layman. The Timberwolves working the ball around him. Noel. Another miss by Minnesota.
Boy, defense nowhere to be found, and neither was his shot at that time.
Here's Moutier, and count it from 19 feet away. Moutier's got the lead up to 2 now for Utah.
Well, to me, there's no question it's critical that Emmanuel Mudiay make this shot more consistently, showing some signs of progress in the mid-range, guys.
And a 2-for-1 is there for him if they want it.
Well, you're trying to end the quarter the right way. It takes awareness and it takes discipline.
Here's Layman. Lays it up off the glass. Layman's got the game tied up here for Minnesota.
Well, deliver the pass where your teammate can do something with it. Nice.
Moutier pass to Gobert. And Culver pulls it down.
I always like to hold for the last shot right here.
Well, that's great execution if you can do that, because it takes any chance at momentum away from your opponent.
Pass to Johnson. Back to Layman. Over Gobert. Gobert with the block. Up in time. Oh, and the buzzer beater's good.
Oh, man, that's a monster shot to close out the third. And the lead is theirs heading into the final quarter.
And we just finished the third quarter, and we've got a tight ball game. And a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assists of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
And when you're the beneficiary of a pass that good, you better deliver, and he did just that.
Well, what a terrific game it's been so far, with this fourth quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. So on the floor for Utah, Conley and Mitchell, the talented backcourt pair. Joe Ingles is out there with Jordan Clarkson, and it's Davis in at the 5, down low. Mitchell gets to Conley, beyond the arc. Minnesota with the rebound. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. It's off to Oklahoma City for him after this game, so they have the Thunder to look forward to. That sets off a 5-game tour for him. And D'Angelo Russell picks up the foul. That's his first foul. O'Neal's checked in for the Jazz. Now Mitchell. Now the dish to Conley. Back to Mitchell. Pass to O'Neal. Clock at 6. Just his first attempt. It's a hand on it. It's good on the putback.
See, I think you want more of this from Joe Ingles. He has the size and length to keep plays alive.
Russell looking around. Outside, Towns. Good, and the assist goes to Russell. Russell's got 3 assists now in this one.
3-point shooting since the half has been about as good as you could ask for.
Davis, and oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. One of the most voracious rebounders per minute in the NBA. Ed Davis out of North Carolina. Terrific player.
Well, he is, Kevin. He put in a ton of time in the weight room. His Portland teammates actually used to tease him and call him Shirt Off Ed. He has bulked up and likes to throw his weight around inside now.
Russell passes to Hernan Gomez. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup. And the Timberwolves lead by 3. Passes it to O'Neal. It's Davis on the wing, defended by Towns. But they recover it. It's rebounded by Towns. Timberwolves have gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play. Okogie, the pass to Beasley. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. And now a 5-point Timberwolves lead.
I tell you what, he was on a mission on that possession. Did not stop working until he got it up and in.
Out to Russell. From deep. Rebounded by the Jazz. Davis has got 4 rebounds now tonight. Here's Mitchell, and it's Mitchell with the jam.
I'll tell you, Donovan Mitchell in transition, bearing down on a defender is not pretty.
Russell against Conley. Stolen by Conley. And D'Angelo Russell picks up the foul. That's foul number 2 for him.
And now only 1 away from being in the penalty.
And the Jazz making a change here. Gobert's checked in. Russell against Conley. He kicks it to Gobert. And slam dunk by Gobert.
Rudy Gobert is so competitive. Doesn't want to let a big moment go by. Nicely done.
Beasley against Ingles. Shooting foul. The coach's challenge has been issued. First game like this, down to the wire, this is what it's for.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. Double-checking, and the game continues on.
Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Well, during the break, I listened in on Quinn Snyder's huddle. He told them, hey, guys, this is a close game, but if we execute right here, I like our chances. There's no need for hero ball. Trust one another. Make the simple play. Kevin, back to you.
Thanks, David. Shot's good by Hernan Gomez.
Well, known for being a terrific passer, he shows you right there. Case in point.
Here's Mitchell. A three-pointer, no good.
Simply put, a bad shot, guys. They all know they can get a better look than that.
Okogie, the pass to Towns. Here's Okogie. Back to Towns. Knocked loose. It's stolen by Gobert. And now running up the court, Ingles pushing it up. Nice ball movement by Utah. Mitchell looking it over. Another miss by Utah. And the first of two, no good, heartbreaker.
Well, he spent 1 year in college at Kentucky, yet Karl Anthony Towns has made such a smooth transition to the NBA. His ascension, guys, has been really remarkable.
Clarkson, he's checked in for Donovan Mitchell. And with that shot, the Minnesota lead is cut down now to just 4 points with the basket from O'Neal. Hernan Gomez against Ingles. Okogie, the pass to Russell. Beasley outside. Fires the three. Gobert pulls it in.
He is single-handedly dropping the temperature in here with that cold streak.
He is trying to shoot his way out of it, and it might be better for him to pass the basketball at this point.
Back to Hernan Gomez. It falls!
Late in the game, up big, they continue to attack.
And as a result, they may be facing just a little bit less resistance right now. They are having their way.
Can't connect. And so it's the Timberwolves who come out on top here. It was up for grabs right until the final seconds.
benefits to the stick, resulting in unprecedented improvements to shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending. Unprecedented improvements to shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending.
what's been your focus going into the year?
How can we make the game fun? And I know that sounds kind of dumb, but a lot of times from the dev standpoint, we're like, how can we make the game more realistic, or how can we make it look more like what we see on TV? And sometimes those things aren't equal, right? Sometimes a really fun game is not necessarily the most realistic game. So we went to
Welcome, fans. Thanks for joining us for this. D.A. He is doing a great job. Thank you, D.A. So here's Oklahoma City's starting group. Gallinari and Adams, the combo out front. Paul out there with Gilgeous-Alexander. And it's Dort in at the 3. And for Utah, inside we have Ingles and Gobert. Conley runs the point with Mitchell flanking him. And it's O'Neal in at the small forward position. Now here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And Gallinari kicks to Paul. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Oklahoma City needs to get off a shot. Fades back. Ball's knocked loose, and it's out of bounds. Last touch by Gallinari. And tonight, two teams, Brent, that like to get into their sets, work the ball, have a little patience. Back in your day, what was your favorite play to run in half court?
Any NBA player, Kevin, will tell you their favorite play to run in the half court was any play that was called for them. Yeah. So let's start with that. But most of the time, I just enjoyed sets where the ball moved around. 4 or 5 touches. We talk often about good to great, but when you knew the opportunity for you to shoot the ball was there, but there was a better one for the next guy, that's when you're operating at a high level.
And the Jazz pushing it up now. And the basket by Ingles.
Good job getting the ball and completing that play.
The defense producing easy looks. It just helps you conserve some energy for late in the game.
Back to Gallinari. Adams against Gobert. Gallinari right side over Ingles. And it's Gallinari missing.
Oh, can't punish the defense for leaving him open that time. That's a frustrating miss for a really steady jump shooter.
And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. Well, they call Rudy Gobert the Stifle Tower. Probably the game's most dominant rim protector.
And in today's game, that's not enough. You also have to come out of the paint and defend smaller players in switches. He straddles those two needs better than anyone in the league.
Dort misses in close. We've seen a quick start here for the Jazz. Here's Mitchell. Good on the three-point shot. Mitchell's got his second basket of the night.
And this is right around the time when one team might start to pull away.
Yeah, this team is looking to add to the lead, trying to put the other team away, and threatening here.
Now here's Conley. The shot's good on the assist by Ingles.
They can't miss. 4 for 4 and warming up the burners.
Oklahoma City moving the ball around. Out to the right wing. Dort passes to Adams to stop the run, and Adams with the slam.
Well, that frame and strength, I think sometimes Kevin will scare guys off. He gets right to the rim.
Conley feeling it out. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Just over 2.5 minutes played here so far in the first quarter. Lets it go from deep. Dort misses. Jazz leading by 8. And the Jazz pushing it up now. Mitchell outside. Ingles in the corner. It's tipped. And Paul with a clear path to the hoop. And it's sent back by O'Neal. And it's out of bounds. The Thunder able to retain possession. A different look for Utah. George Niang, he's checked in for Joe Ingles. And it's Jordan Clarkson in for O'Neal. Nerlens Noel checks in for Oklahoma City. Dennis Schroeder comes in for Chris Paul. Here's Muscala. To the middle. Noel dishes to Muscala. Back to Noel. No good. Shot missing. The Jazz go the other way with it. They come into this one following a loss to the Thunder. They grab their own miss. Davis. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
Well, even though he doesn't score a ton, Davis has enough offensive skills that make him tricky to defend. That time draws the foul.
You know, Greg, for the Thunder fans, hard to see their star power dwindle, but they got a lot in return.
Yeah, but the Thunder were capped out. They hadn't made it past the first round in 3 years. And in exchange for Paul George, they got one of the richest trade packages in league history.
So it's the Jazz now, following the score by Oklahoma City. It's good on the putback.
And, folks, he did not luck into that one. He knew just where he wanted to be to grab that backboard.
And the call will be against Emmanuel Mudiay. That's his first foul. .111 left in the first quarter of the game. Shooter passes to Muscala. He dishes it to Noel. Back to Muscala. Passes it to Noel. 4 on the clock. To the left side wing. Over Davis.
In building this lead, they've done a terrific job finishing their defensive sequences with the backboard. That has been key.
No one near Mudiay as he lets it go. Off target from outside.
Not sure how he finds himself in so much space there. He's kicking himself for whiffing a bit on that one.
Man, can you always depend on him or what to lead you to the right place with that pass? Money.
Here's Clarkson. The Thunder making the shot. Inside. Here's Davis. Again, the Jazz score.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
Thunder trailing by 9. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Shooter kicks to Muscala. And Davis pulls it down.
Well, you have to like their work on the boards, Kevin, particularly here to start the game.
A shot by Clarkson, no good. Here's Ferguson. Kicks it out to Schroeder. Takes a 3. And the 3 ball is good.
And right there, Dennis Schroeder shows some confidence by nailing the jumper.
And so it's Utah with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. They're shooting the ball so well in this one. A great performance from the field. And we'll be right back after There's a great friendship between Melo, LeBron, Dwayne Wade.
It's been a sort of long.
And you see that a lot nowadays. Star players developing friendships and GAs spending time with each other off the floor.
Yeah, some people hate it because they want that bad blood you used to see, but no reason you have to hate someone to really compete against them.
And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And taking a look at the Jazz performance here, guys, what have they been doing or not doing?
Stingy on the defensive end in that first quarter. They were just getting up into people.
Just a great job, really, of making the game ugly, trying to muck it up a little bit out there.
On the floor for Oklahoma City, getting going here in the second quarter. We've got Andre Robertson. Noel is out there with Muscala. Then there's Dennis Schroeder. And it's Ferguson in at the small forward. And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, coming into the 2017 draft, Donovan Mitchell wasn't sure he was ready for the NBA. Mitchell said, I worked out in the summer with Paul George and Chris Paul. They were the ones who convinced me to keep my name in the draft. They said, look, you're good enough. Just go out there and show it. Kevin, through a couple of seasons in Utah, that's exactly what Mitchell has done.
He has made an instant impact on the NBA and the Jazz. DA, thank you.
Well, it's been up and down the last few years for Nerlens Noel, but there are still some impactful numbers for the minutes that he's on the floor as a rim protector.
And for Noel, his numbers will never match the visual impact he has on the floor, wouldn't you say?
Oh, he's definitely a player about the little things out there, just being a rim protector, making sure that guys think about him when they're attacking the rim.
Here's what Utah's going with right now. Joe Ingles, he's checked in for Rudy Gobert. O'Neal comes in for George Niang. Mitchell, he's checked in for Jordan Clarkson. And Mike Conley subbed in for Emmanuel Mudiay. Here's Mitchell, and then Mitchell at the dunk.
Well, there you go. One team operating on all cylinders at both ends. Steals, fast break buckets, and the other team in scramble mode.
Robertson finds Gallinari. Back to Robertson. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. It goes on Ed Davis. And with this summer's acquisition of Mike Conley, Greg, the Utah Jazz hoping to make a step in the West.
And really, Mike Conley, their best point guard since they traded away Darren Williams back in 2011. Alongside Bogdanovich, a big upgrade offensively, and he can hold his own on the defensive side as well.
Steven Adams, he's checked in for Noel. And the basket by Ingles.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Down low, it's stolen by Ingles. And a little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second quarter. Mitchell passes to Ingles. It's stolen by Adams. Conley against Paul. To the middle. Stolen by Mitchell. And now here comes Conley leading the break. That's in. He's got 2 made now, and he's shooting 2 for 3.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
And Adams kicks to Gilgeous-Alexander. Here's Gallinari. Gets that one to fall after missing his first 2. 1 for 3 from the field.
Gallinari gathers his rhythm. He simply rises up and nails the interior shot.
Back to Mitchell. Now, here is O'Neal, defended by Robertson. And Adams has got the ball here for Oklahoma City. Down by 15. And after this one, they're home against Minnesota. That game is the first and last of their homestand. Here's Gallinari, and a great assist by Gilgeous-Alexander as that one goes in. Gallinari's got 4 points in the quarter. Utah has gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. Here's Ingles, trying to get open as Davis, and the basket by Ingles. Ingles has got 8 points.
Just impressed with the teamwork out there, setting the table for one another.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Gallinari dishes to Paul. Back to Gallinari. 6 to shoot. The pass to Adams for Davis. Adams' shot is off.
He lacks defense there. He's going to see fewer and fewer chances if he can't bury those kind of jumpers.
And the basket by Ingles.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
And Gallinari throws it down.
Love to see Gallo close to the rim. He really finishes nicely with that jam.
Jazz leading by 15. Pass to Ingles from 13. No good. That's the first shot for the floor he's missed. 5 for 6. Mitchell left side. Davis. Gilgeous-Alexander pulls it in. The Thunder have gone 3 of their first 5 shots to drop here in the second quarter. Paul passes to Robertson. It's good.
Unselfish play of Chris Paul there. Has a knack for knowing when to get his guys when they're wide open.
Now, here's Mitchell. Not a lot of room. The putback. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Just in a perfect position to grab that rebound and then get the putback.
And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Well, Gilgeous-Alexander, such an intriguing prospect coming out of Kentucky. I can't wait to watch in a new system how it is that he starts to understand and develop further his offensive play.
And so it's Utah. 13 points up. Thanks so much, Dave, for the great interview. Don't go away, folks. We'll be back for the second half.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Good to see you. Utah finds themselves ahead after 2 quarters. They have a 13-point lead. And
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it has been a runaway. One of the stories here, Joe Ingles getting it done today.
Yeah, it's been a great performance from him, really staying focused on quality shots.
Yeah, this is showing that they're not going to play at anybody else's pace but their own.
Conley runs the point with Mitchell flanking him. Inside, we have Ingles and Gobert. And it's O'Neal in at the 3 spot. That's the group starting the second half for Quinn Snyder.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Brent, so many state-of-the-art arenas being built. Which feature do you think is most important?
Oh, the hot dog machine. What are we
I
doing,
meant
right?
popcorn, right
And the
next to it.
popcorn.
Hot
What
dog
else,
and then
Kevin?
the popcorn.
Yeah,
Right there.
nachos.
I love nachos.
Okay.
You love nachos.
What else? I mean, what else could we go with there?
Ice cream.
Ice cream.
Yeah,
That's
right.
a big one.
Because when you're done with all that other stuff, you've got to somehow kind of coat your stomach.
Yep.
You
Is
don't
this
feel bad.
basketball related, or do we go somewhere else?
All
with
a part of the whole conversation.
I think we covered it.
Mitchell dishes to Ingles. Gallinari with the steal. And here we go. And Adams with the slam.
Pretty much count on double-digit assists from Chris Paul, one of the best passers in league history.
Conley against Paul. Here's Gobert. Buries it down low. Gobert's got 5 points so far.
It's a great move, and he catches the defense completely off guard.
Well, just ripping through right there as he finds the open spot and gets right through there. High basketball IQ play.
Gallinari. Ingles with the rebound. Ingles has got 4 rebounds now tonight. Here's Mitchell, and then Mitchell with the dunk.
Pushing the action, getting others involved. He does it time and time again.
Nice to play with a point guard that takes pride in playmaking. It makes you move around just a little bit faster to get open spots.
Yeah, good job to take it right at them.
For Oklahoma City, they have shot 67% from the line tonight, going 4-6.
And they've done some really nice work at the foul line, knocking down 80%.
George Niang, he's checked in for the Jazz. Clarkson comes in for Royce O'Neal. Ferguson's checked in for the Thunder.
Man, he's a pure point guard with terrific vision. Conley finds open teammates at times before they realize they're open. And you ask around, his coaches and teammates love Donovan Mitchell. The way he carries himself, really infectious, upbeat, but also a born competitor.
And the shot is good. The Utah lead has been cut down now to just 11 on the basket from Gallinari. Jazz have gone 3 of 5 to start the second half, developing a nice rhythm out there. Pass to Niang. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. And going into the 2017 draft, Mitchell was a sleeper. Maybe even Greg to himself, he wasn't sure he was ready to make that leap.
And you know, Kevin, it was the NBA players he was working out with in the summertime who told him, man, you're ready right now. And a season that saw him second in Rookie of the Year votes validated that and built his confidence.
And Utah making a change here. Boudier is checked in. Clarkson with the ball. Now guarded by Schroeder. Niang. Great positioning on the putback. And the Jazz lead by 12.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
And now Utah, fast break. Mitchell right side. Gobert in the corner. Back to Mitchell. Lets the 3 fly. Up again. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Yeah, that's the 3rd bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle.
It's stolen by Gobert. The feed to Mitchell. A good finish at the rack off the slick feed. Mitchell's got 6 here in this quarter.
Oh, man, this would be a different ball game if they didn't have this type of scoring to rely on.
Noel down low. Inside. Here's Muscala. No good that time. Gobert with the defensive effort.
And every season, the Thunder continue to be one of the more dominating teams on the glass.
Just wonder how much Steven Adams has been the catalyst for that kind of mentality. We know that offensively he's always in there to grab rebounds, but it's part of what they know is important in any possession is collecting the ball.
And still trying to find his footing in the league. Moutier must show improvement in his shooting moving forward.
Diallo kicks to Muscala. Looking to end the run. Passes it to Noel. It's stolen by Moutier. And here again, the Jazz in transition. Up the court they go. Fires for three. Offensive rebound. And there's Gobert putting it right back in.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
Here's Schroeder. No good from outside.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Here's Clarkson. Thunder with the rebound. Noel's got 4 rebounds now tonight. In the corner, it's Diallo. Dishes it to Noel. He's looking for Muscala and finds him. And that one, good. Mitchell outside. Feeds to Gobert. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Gobert's got 6 in the quarter.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Well, I know they don't have mobile devices out there for texting, so they might as well talk to one another, Greg.
And so it's Utah controlling the game and finishing the quarter with a 20-point. And how about a look now at our assist of the game? Brought to you by State Farm.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Well, a great job with the eyes. And what separates great playmakers, as we know, Greg, is peripheral vision.
And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. Okay, now let's reset our lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this fourth quarter. So for Oklahoma City right now, we've got Dennis Schroeder. Muscala is out there with Noel. And it's Dort in at the 3 slot. And Adams sends it back.
Well, Steven Adams is very much capable of anchoring a defense right there in a great spot to get the block.
Schroeder against Mitchell. Schroeder passes to Noel. And now Clarkson pushing it up. No one back to stop him. O'Neal dishes to Mitchell. And another one in the scoring column for him. He's 7 of 10 from the field.
That's something about all these turnovers. Right away, you're at a disadvantage defensively.
To the wing right side. It's stolen by Gobert. Clarkson kicks to Ingles. Clarkson passes to Ingles. You know, Brent, something other major sports do, reseeding during the playoffs. So the highest seeds always will play the lowest seeds. And do you think the NBA should go down that road?
I think the consideration will still be there. I think that conversation is going to happen over the course of the next 2 or 3 years. I don't see it changing in that time, Kevin, but it's healthy to continue the dialogue to the point where maybe we do get there.
Mm-hmm. That is really good work there on the offensive glass.
O'Neal against Noel. Now, here is O'Neal. He's guarded closely. And we're going to have a jump ball. It's tied up there. And so here is Oklahoma City. Thunder trailing by 20. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
Oh, you hear that sound? That's the flushing of the toilet right there.
Greg, a fierce two-hander. And out of bounds as the Thunder gain possession. And the Jazz making a change here. Conley's checked in. Gallinari, he's checked in for the Thunder. Chris Paul comes in for Dennis Schroeder. Paul with the ball. He's picked up by O'Neal. And again, no good by Oklahoma City. Jazz leading by 18. Clarkson on the wing, defended by Paul. Gallinari against Conley. Jazz passing it around, and slam dunk by Gobert.
Oh, Kevin, not a penny, not a Manny, but facial.
Oh, bounce to the ounce, Greg, yeah, showing off the bunnies. Gallinari passes to Adams. Now O'Neal. Defended by Paul. To the paint, it's deflected. Ingles kicks to Clarkson, and Utah turns it over again.
Look, Kevin, I'm all for the crowd interacting with the players, but not so much the players interacting with the crowd. That one, errant pass.
Back to Paul. Now the pass to Dort. So here's Gallinari. Now here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And there's the call on Rudy Gobert. That's his first foul. We've got 1:55 left in the fourth quarter. Gallinari down low. Gobert on him. Adams' shot is off. Utah leading by 20. Clarkson kicks to Ingles to the inside. Here's Gobert. Knocks it loose.
Yeah, maybe a little luck, maybe a little bit of heart. Both of those at play here. He's getting every offensive rebound.
O'Neal misses.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall. And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout, big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for Utah.
This was a team performing to its fullest capability.
A hugely satisfying win. A game that not many will soon forget. And on the other side, one that I think most will try to forget.
And so they'll be advancing their win total to 42 games. The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for Rudy Gobert.
Just a force on the glass, did a fantastic job crashing the boards and coming up with seemingly every rebound.
Shot clock at 5. The putback. Utah gets it back.
Yeah, maybe a little luck, maybe a little bit of heart. Both of those at play here. He's getting every offensive rebound.
This arena was rocking throughout the night. You could really feel the energy.
Yeah, huge motivation. Always great for a young team, but veteran players also appreciate when fans come with that kind of energy and get into the spirit of the game. Yeah, that's one way to get back into this game. Keep getting him the ball and let him make the shots.
Well, at this point, they're just trying to get back in sync. You want to play a good brand of basketball.
Consistency definitely is a key to some of the playoff performing teams, and tonight they just did not find it in this contest.
So close to getting the block there. You can live with those calls because you'd rather have a guy playing aggressive instead of playing it safe. And it's still a rare sight to see rebound numbers like the ones he's had tonight.
Well, this kind of effort will energize the team and get you going, just gobbling up every board.
Making every effort to put this game on ice.
You loved it. The guys are staying aggressive late in this ball game, just not wanting to let go of the rope.
And so it's Utah. All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that'll wrap it up, folks.
pickups, upper and lower body fluid, and goaltending. Unprecedented improvements to shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluid, and goaltending.
But when I look at it as a fan of the game, I'm like, man, I'm blown away by what that team has accomplished too. So it just looks incredible. It's like the lighting looks crazy, the details and the texture of the skin, everything just looks so lifelike.
That's awesome, man. I'm not gonna lie, you get me excited.
So Agent, you've been really vocal about gameplay in a lot of the videos and the content that you create. You play a lot of Pro-Am, you play a lot of Park. What's one thing you want to see improved on from a gameplay standpoint?
There needs to be
Oklahoma City. Well, terrific attitude. It makes him very tough to handle. David, thank you. And a quick look here at some of the numbers for Beasley.
And you can see the surge in his level of confidence lately just by looking at that true shooting percentage. It's been moving straight up in the past 5 games. I think he's feeling it.
And checking out Minnesota's opening lineup. They've got Karl Anthony Towns, Malik Beasley out there with D'Angelo Russell, and it's Okogie in at the 3 slot. And for Oklahoma City, Gallinari and Adams, the combo out front. Paul out there with Gilgeous-Alexander, and it's Dort in at the 3. And so it's Gallinari with it. They'll bring it up for Oklahoma City.
You know, early in his career, there were questions surrounding D'Angelo Russell's maturity, and understandably so. That's the case with most young players. But of late, in his case, his improvement as a player and his growth as a person is impressive.
It's up a 3, nailed from three-point land. Gilgeous-Alexander's got the first 3 points of the night up on the board for the Thunder. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
And out of bounds as the Thunder gain possession. First quarter, just over a minute played. And beginning his career with the Lakers, coaches wanted Russell to take a more serious approach.
Yeah, you know what? I think his last year there, losing the trust of his teammates, probably woke him up a bit. Sometimes you got to go through the adversity to recognize what you need to change. It's not enough to just put up numbers. You've got to be a professional in how you go about your business, and plenty to like about where D'Angelo Russell is and where he's headed.
Okogie misses.
You know, that's a quick 0 for 4 now. At what point do you call a timeout and reset?
Gilgeous-Alexander kicks to Adams. Rebound, Minnesota. Last time they met was in Minnesota.
Yeah, and they got beat last time these two teams met, and really free throws were the story.
Yeah, you know, that differential jumps off the page to me, and whether it's more disciplined defense or more aggressive offense, they've got to look to flip that script tonight.
Now here's Paul. After the miss from Karl Anthony Towns. Gallinari left side. Pass to Adams. Minnesota with the rebound. Hernan Gomez has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. For 3, Okogie. The Thunder pull it in. Adams has got his 4th rebound in this one. Here's Gallinari, and Gallinari throws it down.
Great teamwork, punctuated by a strong finish.
That is the perfect fast break, guys. Getting a hoop before the defense can get set.
A putback, and it's Towns on the follow.
Yeah, you know, the energy, the hustle, the length and reach. Towns using it all to perfection when he attacks the offensive glass.
17-foot shot on the way. His 4th shot, his 4th miss. Still looking for his touch tonight. And for the Thunder, a lot of the assistant coaches leaving this past summer. Greg, how much of a concern is that for head coach Billy Donovan?
Possibly a sign that Donovan could be on the hot seat in OKC. I mean, 3 consecutive first-round exits. Donovan on the final year of his deal. The clock is definitely ticking.
Here's Beasley. He's just scored his first basket with that shot, making him 1 for 4.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
Dort passes to Gallinari. And here we go. Towns heading to the hoop.
Yeah, you know, the willingness from Towns to share the ball, just another reason why his guys love playing with him.
And so it's Paul with it, bringing it up for the Thunder to the right side. Dort. Out of bounds. Minnesota takes possession. And now let's see who the NBA's hottest shooters have been in the second half of the season. 5th is Steven Adams.
His touch around the bucket has been outstanding. I mean, he has missed very few of the good looks he's got.
For 3, Okogie. The rebound by Steven Adams. Adams has got rebound number 5 here tonight. Dort misses.
Oh, you've got to be able to deliver when you get a bunny like that. That's just too easy of a shot to miss.
For 3, Okogie. Gilgeous-Alexander pulls it in. A chance at a 2-for-1 if they want it.
If I'm them, I try it.
And it's blocked. Kick out to Adams. Passes it to Dort. Gallinari down low. He's guarded by Russell. Just 5 on the clock. Left side, Adams. Oklahoma City needs to get off a shot. Good on the bucket. Gallinari's got his second bucket tonight.
Putting his height to great use there, feeling out the situation and then hitting from mid-range.
Timberwolves trail by 4. Gilgeous-Alexander with the steal. Here's Adams. Lays it up and banks it in.
Outstanding pass in transition there for the easy deuce.
Al Russell. He's coming off a 28-point game against the Rockets in Houston.
And he didn't take any plays off at the defensive end. I mean, he wound up with 4 steals on the night.
And so it's Oklahoma City with their lead standing at 6 points here at the end of the quarter. They've been playing some inspired defense, giving up very few easy points. Back right after this. Chris Ball talks about the matchups he picked.
The toughest position in the NBA night in and night.
And CP3, one of the most competitive players in the game.
It's an obsession with him, and you can see how hard he gets after it every time he takes the court.
And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And let's take a moment here to get your guys' take on scoring so far for the Thunder.
They've been making some really nice passes out there. Excellent passing. That could set the tone for the rest of the game.
Yeah, and one thing, Clark, I've noticed is how quick their hands have been tonight. Thanks to that, they've gotten a lot of points off of turnover.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. So for Oklahoma City right now, Dennis Schroeder is out there with Diallo. Then it's Noel. Then it's Mike Muscala. And it's Ferguson in at the 3, the small forward. On defense, Minnesota trailing by 4. Schroeder outside. Just to Diallo. Here's Muscala. Just 4 to shoot. Baseline J on the way. A lot of guys like to shoot off the dribble, but Clark, there are some that really are better at it, shooting off that catch in the NBA.
Yeah, and who do you have in mind, Kevin? I got a couple of names that I'm thinking about. What about you?
Well, I'm thinking Klay Thompson because that backcourt is so prolific, and he's been so great at that, and that's kind of been his trademark.
Yeah, it has been. Redick would be another guy.
Yes, another good one.
I think that would come to mind. And even though he's later in his career now, but Kyle Korver, one of the very best we've had in the league at shooting off the catch.
And he can time his passes so perfectly. Wow, what an assist.
Ferguson for 3. Drills it from outside.
He can be a forgotten man in their offense sometimes, but the D still has to keep an eye on him.
Noel. He's guarded by Diallo. Here's Johnson, and there's the pass to Reed. Noel hits it from 3-point range. He has 5.
Defensively, there was a lack of aggressiveness, and it really made it easy for him to knock that shot down.
Diallo kicks to Noel, and Oklahoma City again with the bucket.
And, you know, when Noel gets the ball in a good spot, I mean, he pulls up with no hesitation, shoots it with a free mind. He loves taking the defense by surprise.
And for those of you just joining us, we're almost 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Here's Culver. Got it. Good job in the low post.
I'll tell you, Culver has an array of moves once he gets into the paint.
Oklahoma City's gone 3 of 6 tonight when they've let it fly from downtown. Schroeder dishes to Noel. He feeds it to Muscala. Here's Layman. Looking in his numbers, he averages a bit over 9 points a game.
Gotta take care of the ball. They'll punish you if you're that careless.
That's right, and that's severe punishment right there.
Exactly. I mean, when you're running neck to neck, those kinds of mistakes tip the scale.
1:49 left to play here in the second quarter.
And the young Timberwolves head coach, Ryan Saunders, son of former Minnesota coach Flip Saunders, about as great of a pedigree you could ask for as a young coach.
Well, guys, you've heard me talk about the DNA when it relates to players. It's the same with coaches. I mean, Ryan has grown up seeing his dad coach at a high level, the late Flip Saunders, one of our favorites in the business. He spent his whole life around basketball, so he has a great way with players and a real good understanding of the game, to a modern-day approach for a young coach.
Catching up on the changes for Oklahoma City. Gallinari, he's checked in for Ferguson. And it's Andre Robertson in for Diallo. From deep, Gallinari. Minnesota with the rebound. We've got 1:08 left now here in the second. Russell passes to Towns. Nice ball movement by Minnesota. Russell finds Towns. A drive by Russell. That one misses. 3 shots all come up empty. Out to the right wing. Shot from 16. And the rebound paying off as they pick up 2 on the second chance bucket right there.
Well, it's really not hard to see why Noel is seen as one of the better rebounders in the game. He really uses that great length of his to get to a lot of missed shots.
Yet another player from the 2019 draft class who wasn't a top high school recruit. Jarrett Culver, 3-star guy, thin, unrefined, but in that sophomore year of college, boy, did he surprise some folks.
Catching up on the changes for Oklahoma City. Steven Adams, he's checked in for Noel. Gilgeous-Alexander comes in for Mike Muscala. And Chris Paul's subbed in for Dennis Schroeder. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Adams has got his 7th rebound here tonight. 3-pointer. It's rebounded by Towns. Here's Hernan Gomez. Good, and the assist goes to Towns.
And, you know, the height of Towns gives him an advantage in seeing the floor so well. He's excellent in making these nice passes.
Here's Adams, and it's good, but hold on. The officials may want to look at that one on the replay monitor. And the teams are going to have to wait before heading to the locker room. They're going to bring out the monitor and see if he got that shot off in time.
Yeah, it's hard to tell on that one, and so a good...
Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime. So we'll be back in just a bit to get the third quarter underway.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again. Oklahoma City has the edge here at halftime. They have a 5-point lead. And that...
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. Timberwolves trail by 5. And so in the game for the Timberwolves, we've got Beasley. He's out there with D'Angelo Russell. And it's Hernan Gomez in at the 4. Russell from long range. That shot off, and Oklahoma City will go with it the other way. They've got the Wizards ahead of them. Their next game in Washington. That one will start off a 3-game road trip for the team. Here's Adams. Tried to bank it in, but he misses.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. The D out of position, you could see the frustration on his face.
The Thunder leading by 5.
And you think about the 2 best talents in Wolves history, KG, obviously, and probably Big Cat.
I would not disagree. I mean, KG is a Hall of Famer. And the Cat, Karl Anthony Towns, has been terrific early in his career. The rebounding and scoring, the versatility at that size between those 2 guys, well, it could have possibly been like the Admiral and Tim Duncan. Well, maybe not quite that good, but really good.
And it's Paul penetrating. Gallinari finds Gilgeous-Alexander. Back to Gallinari. Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander. He's tightly guarded. Adams. And a great assist by Gilgeous-Alexander as that one goes in. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 3 assists now in this one. To the paint. And the dunk by Towns.
Exactly what you want from your point guard. Nice dime to the open teammate by Russell.
Back to Paul. Adams in the high post. Gallinari right side, and it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Towns.
Great instincts from him to get a hand on that pass and tip it out.
And, you know, even though they didn't come up with the steal, that's still a nice defensive play.
Terrence Ferguson's checked in for the Thunder. Paul with the steal. And it's Gilgeous-Alexander in the corner. Paul dishes to Gallinari. Here's Okogie. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. And Towns throws it down.
Oh, I love how Towns plays with a chip on his shoulder. He brings it every night with force.
Taken away. The drive by Russell. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Now it's just a 3-point Oklahoma City lead.
They're consistently finding ways to get the ball inside and taking full advantage.
Pretty clear. It's smash mouth basketball. Pound that thing inside.
And that one is good by Beasley.
Really well done there. Just confident and composed, never in a hurry.
Paul passes to Adams. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
And you look at the way Steven Adams has developed his offense the last few years. It's been a huge boost for this team. He has always been a great defender, but now he is an important cog on this team in terms of scoring.
Looking at who's out there now for the Thunder. Noel's checked in for Gallinari. Andre Robertson comes in for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. And Dennis Schroeder subbed in for Chris Paul. Muscala, he's checked in for the Thunder. Schroeder passes to Noel. Kicks it out to Schroeder. He dishes it to Muscala. And a beautiful feed leads to a monster jam.
Oh, just solid on the one-handed slam.
And guys, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball.
Somebody you can count on. He is an extremely reliable finisher.
Diallo, he's checked in for Terrence Ferguson. And with Adams in his offense, you forget how young he is.
And big men, sometimes they just take a little longer to find their path in the NBA. And Adams has certainly found his. I remember him being mostly to screen and rebound when he was a rookie, but look how far his game has come.
Oklahoma City moving it around. Muscala finds Schroeder. Back to Muscala. Diallo with it. And now the Timberwolves on the break. Noel. The shot's good on the assist by Johnson. 7 points in the game.
That's something about all these turnovers. Right away, you're at a disadvantage defensively.
And Greg, we're seeing that here tonight. I mean, so many of their mistakes and miscues have resulted in easy baskets the other way because their defense can't get set.
Pass to Culver. .54 seconds left in the third. It's stolen by Muscala. Here's Robertson. And the dunk by Robertson.
Well, there's nothing like being unselfish as a player, and Noel was outstanding in that regard. Reading the entire floor and finding his guys for high percentage shots.
From 18 feet away. And that one hits back iron.
And they continue to control the glass.
Guys, I think they've simply been the more physical team, and that's why they're ahead.
An even stronger second half. Tremendous efficiency at the offensive end of the floor.
Yeah, they're in a nice zone right now, and that basket looks, you know, it can handle 2 balls at once. It looks like now it could probably, for them, handle 3 or 4 balls at once as well as they're shooting.
It's deflected. Johnson, the pass to Layman. Shot clock at 6. Minnesota needs to get off a shot here. Another miss by Minnesota. Schroeder with the ball. And so it's Oklahoma City ahead by 9 as the quarter comes to a close. And it's been their rugged defense setting the tone. And we've got more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way after this break. And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery.
And they'd love to see every possession end this way. True team basketball.
with 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this 4th period holds in store for us. Andre Robertson out there with Dennis Schroeder. Then it's Mike Muscala. Then it's Noel. And it's Dort in at the 3 spot. That's the lineup in the game for Oklahoma City. Johnson outside. Throws it down as the official calls the foul. It may be a 3-point play. It's on Dennis Schroeder.
And no doubt they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
And that deficit will go away quickly if he does, Greg.
Well, I like the way he capped off that drive. The one-hand hole punch.
And the Thunder making a switch here. Gallinari is checked in. It's stolen by Johnson. And then Johnson with the dunk.
Gotta take care of the ball. They'll punish you if you're that careless.
That's right, and that's severe punishment right there.
Exactly. I mean, when you're running neck to neck, those kinds of mistakes tip the scale.
Russell with a wide open look. Poke loose. And another shot. Towns with the bucket.
Well, I like the focus Towns has. So confident down low. Taking advantage of his size there.
Dort passes to Noel. Kicks to Schroeder. Back to Noel. Gallinari left side. 5 on the clock. And here is Hernan Gomez. Deep 2 from Russell. That one wide left.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
To tie it up. And it's good on the way in. Russell's got it all tied up now for Minnesota. And breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for Minnesota.
Their high-energy defensive effort has paid off for them, guys, with more than a few steals over the course of the ball game.
Yeah, and also the way they've been able to generate points off of the turnovers that they forced tonight has also helped.
Just 5 to shoot. Noel passes to Gallinari. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over.
You know, guys, sometimes that just happens, but you don't like to see it when the game is this close.
A different look for Oklahoma City. Steven Adams, he's checked in for Noel. Gilgeous-Alexander comes in for Andre Robertson. And it's Paul in for Dennis Schroeder. Minnesota also with the sub. Beasley's checked in for James Johnson. Adams, the pass to Dort. Here's Gallinari. No good again that time. And it's Russell with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Minnesota Timberwolves. Here in the 4th quarter, their defense has been very strong, allowing no baskets. And it's good for 2. Dort's got his first basket of the night. Let's look at the energy stats, how the hustle game has been going for the Thunder.
Defensively, they played with a lot of energy, and the steals we've seen are a result of that aggressiveness.
They worked hard tonight at crashing the boards as well. They've had a bunch of second-chance points.
Yeah, nothing too fancy, just getting the job done when they need to. Make every possession count.
Paul against Russell. Gallinari down low. Down low. Adams right side. Back to Gallinari. And the officials calling for a 3-second violation. And the Timberwolves making a change here. Johnson's checked in. Minnesota with the ball. Big run right now going for him, 11-2. To the middle. It's stolen by Adams. Over to the left wing. 1:33 left here in the 4th quarter. Kicks it out to Paul. And D'Angelo Russell picks up the foul. That's his first foul. Ball outside. Inside. Adams.
Really a complete defender. I mean, Towns able to do it in the paint and on the perimeter. A big bucket.
And here we go. A coach's challenge has been initiated. We'll have to now review the personal foul in question.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, You really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's called about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Here's Adams, a second chance effort. Yes!
And you can't get a bigger bucket than that.
Well, that was 1-2. He wanted the ball. Nobody else was taking that shot.
Here's Okogie. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the coach's challenge has been issued. A game like this, onto the wire, this is what it's for.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Gets the first, and that makes it a 3-point lead. He's off on the free throw and able to get that second one to drop in.
And it's all about the three right here.
No doubt. I mean, the next shot has to be a three.
And out of bounds as the Thunder gain possession. Minnesota calls timeout. They're down by 3. There's 10 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Guys, your thoughts?
And in this situation, they have to go all out for a quick steal on the inbound play. Everyone will be looking for the steal. If they don't get it, then you resort to the foul.
And with this game closing in on the final buzzer, let's take a look at our Jordan player of the game.
And I love that it's been a hard-charging performance. Jump shots have been kind of an afterthought. His main goal has been to attack the rim and put the D in some tough spots and also finishing strong.
So a close game sees Oklahoma City taking this one. What a show they put on here at home tonight.
I mean, these are those games that feel so great.
puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending. Unprecedented improvements to shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending.
Fans. Mike, now this is your chance to ask Agent a question, maybe about gameplay or 2K20 or 2K21. What's on your mind, Mike?
This idea of esports. I know a lot of people complain about dice rolls and missing full whites. Like, do you think that's something we need to go like to the extreme with. What I'm scared of, I guess, is like we make team pro-am or something. Make it so that if you don't get a perfect release,
and we've got SBA. And let's check out a breakdown. Looking at some stats for Culver.
And his three-point shooting has gotten a lot better over his last 10 games. He looks so much more comfortable from beyond. There's no doubt he's got the green light to let it fly whenever the shot's there for him.
And the starting lineup for the Timberwolves. We've got Malik Beasley. He's out there with D'Angelo Russell, and it's Okogie in at the small forward. And for the Jazz, Conley and Mitchell, the talented backcourt pair. Inside, we have Ingles and Gobert. And it's O'Neal in at the 3. And the Utah Jazz, not exactly a magnet for big-name free agents, Greg, but for their young star, Donovan Mitchell, it has been a perfect fit.
You know, they needed a scorer. He's played big minutes from day one and really thrived in that role. Probably as close to a sure thing as you can have at the free throw line.
Russell passes to Beasley. Offline with his 3. Fast break. Here come the Jazz. Here's Mitchell. He can't get that one to fall. And it's the Timberwolves taking it the other way. Beasley outside. The shot, no good. Mitchell right side. Up and in on the layup.
Well, that's easy offense. Hard to stay in front of Mitchell. It takes a collective effort defensively.
Here's Beasley, accurate with a jumper from the elbow.
High offensive IQ. He makes great reads and adjustments on the fly.
The drive by Mitchell. Kicks it to Ingles over Hernangomez. Ingles can't get it to go. The Timberwolves have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. About a minute and a half through the first quarter. Okogie, the pass to Beasley. 6 on the shot clock. Out to Russell. Back to Towns. Second chance shot. That's no good. Misses his first shot of the night.
Woo, the defense gets away with a late rotation. That's a shot he normally makes.
O'Neal against Hernangomez. Now O'Neal. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against Oklahoma City. Steve, compare it now to when you were playing. Did teams go deeper into their benches than they used to?
Yeah, they do. I think because of this load management, resting players. So you see a lot of guys play a lot. And also what they've done right now with the G League, being able to bring guys up. They use those guys, and I think it helps a lot, even not on games, but in practice. You'll see more guys are involved in giving guys rest.
Yeah, that makes sense. Hernangomez, no good. Utah leading by 5. And here is Ingles. His last outing with 20 points. For the Jazz, George Niang, he's checked in for O'Neal. And it's Clarkson in for Donovan Mitchell. Johnson, he's checked in for Minnesota. Jake Layman comes in for Malik Beasley. Now, here's Clarkson. They've been leaning on him for a decent chunk of their offense. He's averaging over 15 points a game. Here's Gobert, and the shot clock expires. 24-second violation.
All right, a moment to see the stats for Mike Conley. Over the last 10 games or so, he's really shown up, averaging 15 points a game, 5 assists, and 3 rebounds. He's been making the right decisions and letting the game come to him. Solid play all around.
He's not trying to take over necessarily. He's just taking what the defense allows and contributing to the cause.
And there's a minute 45 left in the first quarter. Got that bucket in no time at all.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from 3. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
And the pass to Reed. To the middle. Over Gobert. Gobert with the block.
With plays like that, Gobert can start to get in your head. He covers so much ground.
And here's Utah. They're on a 10-2 run here. Knocked loose. Here's Layman. Rips down the breakaway slam.
He takes advantage of them in every way possible.
And Greg, he lures them into a trap on the steal and then bang, straight to the bucket.
Great activity at both ends. Great teamwork as well.
Here's Moutier. Utah keeping it alive. The new 14. Outside for Davis. Tries it from 19. The rebound by Niang.
It's a shot you would think he would make, but he just doesn't make it all the time.
To the inside. Reed with the rebound.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game. Any chance you get, you want to put yourself in a position to succeed, and that's what he did there.
Great job of reading the floor, got to the rim, and made a play.
Culver with the steal. Plays it up off the glass.
And that's the kind of lead pass we've come to expect from him.
Here's Davis, and the last second attempt doesn't fall.
And this is what James Johnson has to do.
And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. Jazz lead by 2. Live from
the ups and downs of injuries and early.
Great work ethic is the key. Conley stayed at it.
And a player that's known for keeping his composure, that helps also. He weathered those early challenges and just stayed positive.
Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after the first quarter of play. What do you guys think about the Jazz here in this one?
I mean, the rebounding was the difference in that first period. You've got to block these guys out.
Yes, you know this, GA. Back in our day, and any day really, if you don't block out somebody, you will sit down.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade as the second quarter gets going. So on the floor for Minnesota, we've got Culver. Johnson is out there with Layman, and it's Reed in at the center, locking down the middle. High post, Davis. Johnson on him. And that one's good by Davis. Davis has got his first bucket in this one.
Not just selling for something along the perimeter. Excellent job.
Noel, he's covered by Clarkson.
Those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
This is a close-knit group. They feed off one another's energy.
And they pick up 2.
It really turned it around here in the second quarter after shooting less than 40% from the field in the first.
And it seems like Jordan Clarkson may have found his niche, Greg, as instant offense coming off the bench.
A perfect fit for a scoring-minded combo guard. Clarkson able to create his own shot and comfortable pulling from all 3 levels.
Out left of the wing. Moutier looking around. Just 5 on the clock. Left side, Davis. 20 feet out. A rebound by the Timberwolves.
Wow, that's one you just kind of assume is going in. Tough luck.
Noel, he's covered by Clarkson. Pulls up, passes to Reed. Here's Layman. Lets it go from 14. Johnson, the pass to Reed. That one doesn't drop. And Utah the other way now. Last time they met was in Minnesota, where they beat the Timberwolves.
And really brought an impressive physicality to that matchup, drawing a ton of fouls and, of course, went on to win it.
They forced the issue and made the defense pack them to death last game. I'm sure they'll try to mirror that same attack in this one.
Steve, Kobe Bryant said that growing up in Italy gave him a huge advantage learning the fundamentals and the tactics of the game. Do you think Europe's better at developing players than the United States?
No, I don't think they're better. I do think their system at times for certain players, they get into a system of working on their game. And I wouldn't just say fundamentals from an early age. And a lot of those guys are being able to practice with pros at an early age. I think it comes down to individuals. And I also think a lot of these parents and kids, you have to understand it starts off with making a layup versus making a three. So I don't think the Europe is doing it better. I just think a lot of times right now we're looking at some of those European players and they're coming over ready to play from day one versus some other players.
The Jazz making a switch here. Mitchell's checked in. From 11 feet away, almost, but it rolls out.
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical.
Russell passes to Hernan Gomez. He had stolen by Ingles. That's in there. Conley with the assist. And the Jazz lead by 3.
Making plays inside the arc. Joe Ingles' shot looks pure from any distance.
Russell drops it in from 14 feet away. Russell's got 4 points this quarter.
Easy look for mid-range. He won't miss many of those. Lazy effort defensively.
Conley against Russell. Conley feeling it out. There's the dish to Ingles. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. And his teammates call him old man, say he looks like a 40-year-old farmer. Joe Ingles, Petty, much more than meets the eye.
You know what, Kevin? He's a star in his role. He's gotten better and better. He's a guy who can impact winning on a nightly basis.
Towns down low. Davis is on it. And with that shot, the Jazz lead is cut to just 1 on the basket from Karl Anthony Towns.
And I need to see some more assertiveness out of these defenders.
They double-team Conley. Mitchell finds Davis. And out of bounds as the Timberwolves gain possession. Rudy Gobert, he's checked in for Utah. We've got 33 seconds left in the first half. Russell with it. He's coming off a 28-point game against the Rockets in Houston.
And he wreaked havoc on defense with 4 steals for the game.
Here's Towns. A miss that time. Would have put him up.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on him.
Here's Ingles. And the last shot before the buzzer is off. And that's it for the first. Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half momentarily.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. Utah found themselves in a close game in the first. They got their lead up to as many as 8 points in the open. And that's a wrap for our halftime.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. So it's the Timberwolves now. It's a 1-point game. It's off to Oklahoma City for him after this game, so they have the Thunder to look forward to. And they're in the thick of this long road run. That's the 3rd of 7 straight on the road. Inside, we have Ingles and Gobert. Conley runs the point with Mitchell flanking him. And it's O'Neal in at the 3 slot. That's the group starting the second half for Quinn Snyder. Gobert finds Conley. Mitchell outside. Shot clock at 6. Over Beasley. Moves back up. Here's Gobert. The dunk and the foul. A powerhouse move, and he's got a chance for one more at the line. That's on D'Angelo Russell. The Jazz have hit most of their free throws tonight, 5 of 6. Gobert, no good on that free throw.
And you look back at that 2013 draft,
just call it the year of the sleeper Euros. Giannis Antetokounmpo taken 15th, and this guy, Rudy Gobert, selected with the 27th pick.
And it's Russell with the rebound. Timberwolves trail, and now the Timberwolves on the break. Kicks it out to Beasley. Another shot. No good from Hernangomez.
Very cold start to the second half. 1 for 5, looking for some continuity.
Yep, that one goes. And, you know, Greg, hindsight always being 20/20. But Greek Freak and Gobert probably go first and second in that 2013 draft.
Yeah, and Steven Adams probably top 4. The common thread, all of them play a hard-nosed style, not something that's always associated with foreign-born players, but they're erasing that perception.
A different look for Utah. George Niang, he's checked in for O'Neal. Clarkson comes in for Mitchell. And Emmanuel Mudiay sent in for Mike Conley. Johnson, he's checked in for the Timberwolves. Culver comes in for D'Angelo Russell.
And already a leader at such a young age. Towns' teammates look to him to anchor them on both ends, and he has not disappointed.
Layman, he's checked in for the Timberwolves. Smitty, we're seeing preseason and even regular season games take place overseas on foreign soil. Would you have enjoyed that when you were playing?
Yeah, for sure, Kevin. I know the travel is an added challenge, and at the same time, you appreciate where the game takes you. It is definitely growing globally, going places you might otherwise never experience, especially in a basketball setting.
That is really good work there on the offensive glass.
Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sidelines.
Well, Kevin, over the last few years, there's been a lot of talk about seeding playoff teams 1 through 16, regardless of conference. Now, taking the top 16 teams is a tough sell, especially for owners whose teams are in the relatively weaker Eastern Conference. Taking 8 teams from each conference and then cross-seeding earlier than the finals is something that does seem possible down the road. The reward for fans might be a finals matchup with the 2 best teams in the league. Kevin?
Interesting ideas, David. Thank you. And the Timberwolves making a change here. And so it's Johnson who brings the ball up for the Minnesota Timberwolves. They trail by 1. Here's Reed. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Here's Okogie. It's tipped. Jazz have gone 3 of 6 in the third quarter, 50% from the field. Niang passes to Mudiay. Gobert down low.
Well, not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track.
And for his offense, this has just been a brutal period.
Utah shooting 39% from the floor at their best. Pass to Clarkson.
And that 4th foul, guys, might force him to scale back the aggression from a defensive standpoint. He does not need, nor does the team need, number 5.
O'Neal's checked in for George Niang. And the Timberwolves also making a change. Hernangomez is checked in. Clarkson finds Gobert. The Jazz need to get off a shot here. Another miss by Utah. Timberwolves have gone just 25% from the field here in the second half. They're 2 of 8. Pass to Okogie. Here's Hernangomez. Defended by Gobert. Hernangomez passes to Johnson. Back to Hernangomez. Johnson outside. The Timberwolves need to get a shot off here. And the basket by Okogie. Utah trailing here. Clarkson surveying the floor. Another miss, and they desperately need a bucket. Minnesota's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Back to Johnson. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. Hernangomez has got the lead up to 4 now for the Timberwolves.
And those second chance points really become almost like bonus points when you can get them.
5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Clarkson kicks to O'Neal. The pass to Gobert. Over Johnson. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. That one's on Johnson.
You see what that little pump fake does? It gives the defender something to think about the next time he goes to challenge Gobert's shot.
No good on the second, so he hits 1 of 2. And there's the foul. It'll go on Joe Ingles. That's his first foul. There's Russell with the 3. The offensive rebound. Towns. And he got that one up in time, but doesn't go in. It's still anybody's game as we've reached the end of 3. And now a sneak peek into the huddle with Coach Quinn Snyder.
Everybody keep shooting the ball. All right, jump it.
And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. And a look at the 5 for the Timberwolves to start the 4th. D'Angelo Russell out there with Malik Beasley. Hold on!
You got to buckle up on that one. Rudy showing us what you get when you put size and creativity together.
Beasley dishes to Russell. Tries to save it. And now running up the court, Ingles pushing it up. Here's Mitchell. The lead pass was put in just the right spot.
We've talked about it before. Unselfish, great awareness. Ingles willing to turn down the shot if someone can break free.
And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
And when you look at Utah, this team, year after year, seems to be more than a sum of its parts.
I like that they always look for guys with big-time character, unselfish, low-drama players, and there's a confidence with this group.
Now, here's Mitchell. From the line, again the Jazz score.
Donovan Mitchell, he covers every base, even showing the touch from mid-range.
Here's Towns. Good, and it's Russell picking up the assist. And it's 8 points for Karl Anthony Towns. We've seen some great competition in this one.
Yeah, 7 already in the game, and I think it shows you how well these two teams match up with one another.
Mitchell passes to Gobert. Back to Mitchell, and it's out of bounds. Utah able to retain possession here. Here's what the Minnesota Timberwolves have lined up on their schedule. On Friday, they'll be facing Steven Adams and the Oklahoma City Thunder. Then on Saturday, they'll be playing against LaMarcus Aldridge and the San Antonio Spurs.
And that game against the Suns, there aren't many other meetings that are as evenly matched as this one. Both teams can give and take punches, and this one, I think, is going to come down to the wire.
And Beasley now atop the key. From the arc. Utah with the rebound.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Mitchell looking it over. He dishes it to Gobert. Back to Mitchell. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Over Beasley. Again, Mitchell missing. Timberwolves trail. Towns, the pass to Russell. We're in the 4th quarter here, just under 2.5 minutes gone. Outside, Towns. Beasley outside. Over Ingles. And that one is good by Beasley. Beasley's got 4 points in the quarter.
There's a certain resiliency to this team, and you're starting to see it.
Well within striking range. Now is when you have to lock in at both ends.
Here's Conley. 2 free throws coming up, and they call. And folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Close game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Here's Towns, and the dunk by Towns.
And I like Russell's ability to create for others. He does what's best for the team.
There's 1:17 left in the fourth. O'Neal gets to Conley. Pass to Mitchell. Over Beasley. And there's Mitchell. That's good on the assist from Conley. And that's 12 points for Donovan Mitchell.
This just goes with the narrative. Mitchell is a baller, wants to be considered among...
And here we go. A coach's challenge has been initiated. Have to now review the personal foul in question.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
They'll be trying to take as much time off the clock as they can.
Exactly. Expect to see longer possessions from this point on.
6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Towns comes with a double team. O'Neal passes to Gobert. Pass to Ingles from 11 feet away. Knocks it loose. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Ingles. And the Timberwolves call time. They trail by 1. 3 seconds left to play here in the fourth. What's your take, guys?
And guys, it all comes down to this. One shot to win the game. They have just enough time to run a play that'll lead to a catch and shoot here on the inbound. Maybe one quick pass and then get it up.
Here's Towns. And so it's Utah who scraped by with the win. That was a fun night of basketball and fabulous finish as they continued to wait out.
unprecedented improvements, shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending. Unprecedented improvements, shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending.
I am here joined by Snipes 2430, the most My League online wins. Snipes, how you pulling off all these W's, man?
Man, I don't know, man. Just hard work and dedication. I'm just putting in the miles, putting in that work. Definitely in the gym, getting those shots in.
Definitely. So what kind of setup do you have when
And the starting lineups have concluded. So just sit right back and relax. We'll be back in just a moment.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Tonight we'll be watching the Utah Jazz playing against the Oklahoma City.
Hi, everyone. Greetings from 2K Sports. Get ready for some NBA action. DA, it's all yours. Sure can. All right, DA, thanks. The starters for the Utah Jazz, Conley and Mitchell, the talented backcourt pair. Inside, we have Ingles and Gobert. And it's O'Neal in at the small forward. And for the Thunder, Gallinari and Adams, the combo out front. Chris Paul is out there with Gilgeous-Alexander. And it's Dort in at the 3, the small forward. Doris Adams, a terrific player on the floor. But you know what? He's a great teammate as well. They always talk about the great chemistry he brings to the Thunder.
And anyone who's had a conversation with Steven Adams knows he is quite a character. This guy is so easygoing. He's fun. I think he brings a great vibe to the locker room.
This one for 3, and O'Neal gets it to go.
Always feels good getting that first one in the bank.
And will that get him rolling? Will it get his team rolling? This should be an interesting night.
Mitchell right side, and then Mitchell at the dunk.
Well, Rudy Gobert stands 7'1", and he's an unselfish guy. It puts the pass on the money.
That's a 2 from Paul. The Thunder with another miss. We've seen a quick start here for the Jazz. It's a 5-point game. Here's Mitchell, and he converts the layup. Mitchell's got his second bucket of the game to go.
So out of the gates, 3 for 3, exactly what they're looking for.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Nothing going right on the offensive end. 0 for 4 from the field.
Conley gets the bucket.
And beginning to take charge of this game. This could be a crucial point.
Well, working hard, building out a small lead, but you can't afford any kind of letdown here.
Paul finds Gallinari. Now Adams. Will it go? Rudy Gobert with the rebound. Gobert's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight.
Yeah, trying to get going here, but that's an offer for the first 5 here to start the game.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Paul dishes to Adams. Here's Dort, guarded by O'Neal. Gallinari on the wing. He had an 18-point outing in the last game against Utah. Shot clock at 3. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. Inching our way toward the end of the season here in the NBA, Doris, and just how much fatigue after all these games and all these months and practices and travel, how much fatigue are these players feeling, you think, right now?
Well, I think NBA players like to tell us, come March, come April, everybody has bumps and bruises. No one is 100%. What you're hoping to do as an NBA organization is manage the rest that you can possibly give to your guys down the stretch of the season. Because the healthier you are going into the postseason, the better off you're going to be.
Adams, the pass to Gallinari. Tries again. Rebound, Utah. Gobert's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Here's O'Neal. His shot is good, making him a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
Dort passes to Gallinari. He dishes it to Adams, and the basket is good.
This is Steven Adams at his absolute best. This guy is a high percentage shooter because he understands how to use his frame.
Now here's Conley. 5 points in the game. Just over 3.5 minutes gone here in the first. Utah needs to get off.
Oh, what a dunk! Look out below! So long, so athletic. Rudy Gobert with a big-time dunk.
Stolen by Mitchell. And the Jazz pushing it up now. Here's O'Neal. And Utah, another 3.
Defensively, giving up far too many open rhythm looks.
Paul for 3. There we go. Now in the scoring column with that make, he is 1 for 4.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Well, that three-point shot just gives you so much room to operate on the offensive end.
Now, here's Mitchell. He's got 6. To the paint, Gilgeous-Alexander with the steal. And here's the fast break. Dort passes to Gilgeous-Alexander. Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. Second shot opportunity. Mitchell outside. Goes up on the wing. Here's Gobert. Passes it to O'Neal. Back to Ingles. Clock at 6. Tries yet again. And the rebound goes to the Thunder. This game coming after a loss against the Jazz. And he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't fall. And so it's Utah in command with a 16-point. Rudy Gobert talks about his expectations for the team.
Every year I want to keep getting better, and
Well, and as a competitor, this is what you should be thinking. And Greg, you should be talking about winning a title.
For sure. I mean, it'll take a lot of work, but Gobert sounds like he's up for the challenge of proving the doubters wrong.
And glad to have you with us, folks. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And guys, the Jazz enjoying a nice lead here.
Yeah, in that first period, they looked to push in transition at every opportunity.
And why wouldn't they, Greg? You see their effectiveness in the open floor. Very difficult to slow down.
And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. So the Thunder 5 right now. We've got Dennis Schroeder, Ferguson out there with Muscala. Then it's Noel, and it's Diallo in at the 2 guard. And Gobert kicks to Clarkson. Back to Gobert over Noel. Gobert can't hit. Thunder trailing by 18. And Doris, Rudy Gobert has come a long way as a finisher.
No doubt, Kevin. He has led the league in field goal percentage, and they have worked so hard to get his balance and strength correct. This guy is becoming more and more dangerous as a scorer.
It's good on the putback. Clarkson's got his first 2 points of the night.
Hard work and soft hands, guys. That's what made that play possible.
No simple offensive rebound there. Going for the tip in. Outside, Davis. Lets it go. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. They faced off right here last time they met, but the home club just couldn't pull out the win. A slam dunk by Diallo.
And bullseye with that assist. Nice delivery there in traffic.
Jazz leading by 16. And slam dunk by Gobert.
You can see the improving court awareness of Emmanuel Mudiay, having an understanding for when to find his guys.
And Muscala kicks to Ferguson. Some nice passing by Oklahoma City here. Noel dishes to Muscala. Clock at 4. Oklahoma City needs to get off a shot. And it's Noel missing.
I'll tell you, most of the time this guy's going to finish that. But that was tremendous defense that prohibits him from completing the play.
Back to Gobert. Pass to Niang. Three-pointer. That one's in. His first bucket of the game. He's 1 for 2.
Such a reliable threat from range. You'd think the defense might key on him a little bit more.
And slam dunk by Noel.
At his size, you simply cannot give up that kind of deep positioning to Nerlens Noel.
Now, here's Mudiay. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game. 1:46 left in the first half of basketball. Back to Davis. From the stripe. That one doesn't go. And it's Oklahoma City the other way. Here's Schroeder. Lays it up and in on the nice reverse. Schroeder's got his first points in this one.
Boy, not many players in the league who are going to be faster than Dennis Schroeder in the open floor.
Clarkson with the ball. Diallo's there. Here's Gobert. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Gobert's got 6 points.
Well, Rudy Gobert with a nice, efficient look on the interior. That's pretty.
Here's Clarkson. And he goes up strong with one hand and flushes it down.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
At the end of the day, though, it's 2 points. Don't hang your heads. Let's get refocused and play with more patience.
Now, here is Muscala. And it's Noel missing.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
Moutier with the basket.
Boy, Moutier, tough shot through contact. That is nice.
Down low, it's stolen by Gobert. 3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Out to the right wing. Moutier passes to Gobert. From 10 feet out, and Utah again with the bucket.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Diallo finds Muscala. Sinks that one from the post. Muscala's got his first bucket of the night.
And they're just doomed if they keep letting them post up like that.
You've got to deny the position to afford them no opportunity at making that entry pass into the post.
And through one half, it hasn't even been close. Jazz out in front. Thanks so much, David, and we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the start.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, basketball. Utah finds themselves ahead after 2 quarters. They are completely in control of the game. And that's...
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. Doris, what's the best combination of inside-outside basketball you see offensively now?
Well, 2 guys really come to mind immediately for me. It's Joel Embiid and Anthony Davis, because both men can face up and knock down shots in a legitimate enough fashion that you've got to get out and contest those guys. But the other side of this is they can play in the post and be a legitimate back-to-the-basket force who you've got to guard with more than one guy. I mean, how exciting, Kevin, are Joel and AD to watch play?
They are thrilling, I would agree. Checking out the group for Quinn Snyder to start the second half. Inside, we have Ingles and Gobert. Conley runs the point with Mitchell flanking him. And it's O'Neal in at the small forward spot. Here's O'Neal. After Oklahoma City gets the 3, it's stolen by Adams. And now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander, the fast break champs. All alone. Rebounded by the Jazz. Earlier in the game, they held a 25-point lead. Following this one, they get to host the Pelicans. They start a 3-game homestand with that game.
Donovan Mitchell has got the size and the skill to score over the bigs on the interior. That's easy work for this young man.
Now, here's Adams to the paint. Here's Gallinari. Misses the layup. He had him with that pump fake. Jazz leading by 23. Feeds it to Ingles. And Utah again with the bucket.
Well, I'll tell you, if you play off Joe Ingles, he is going to make the catch-and-shoot jump shot. You better be there on the catch.
And Gallinari kicks to Paul. Back to Gallinari. Paul outside. Stolen by O'Neal. Pass break. Here come the Jazz. And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
Well, overall, they're the team getting the better looks here in this second half.
And I think what's happening is they're getting their shots within the flow of their offense, and you can clearly see the difference.
And Oklahoma City making a change here. Robertson, he's checked in. And a switcher also for Utah. Bradley's checked in for Rudy Gobert.
Well, trying to find themselves in the second half here. Just 1 for 4 from the field. Can someone in the group get hot? Let's see.
Now, here's Bradley. Over in the corner, Conley. The Jazz working the ball around now. 4 on the clock. Here's Mitchell. That one off the back iron and out.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
And it's sent back by Mitchell. Count it good. Utah has gone 4-6 from outside the arc tonight. It's stolen by Adams. Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Gallinari. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Michael Conley. That's his first foul. And Oklahoma City making a change here. Schroeder's checked in. A little over 2.5 minutes off the clock in this final half of play. Tipped away. Gilgeous-Alexander kicks to Gallinari. And again, it's Oklahoma City.
Just such a well-rounded offensive player. He's got a little bit of everything.
And here's Bradley from 3. That shot missing. Now Oklahoma City takes it the other way. And after this one, they're home against Minnesota. That game will conclude a 3-game homestand.
How about the long strides on his way to the cup? Andre Robertson sees the lane and takes it.
A different look for Oklahoma City. Noel comes in for Adams. And it's Muscala in for Gilgeous-Alexander. So Utah going with an almost entirely new group here. Davis is checked in for Bradley. George Niang comes in for Joe Ingles. Jordan Clarkson, he's checked in for Royce O'Neal. And Emmanuel Mudiay subbed in for Mike Conley.
And last season, Andre Robertson missing so much time due to injury. Think back in his career, he's been a pivotal piece for the Thunder for so long. His absence was clearly felt. Well, this guy flat out carrying the load for them offensively. He is taking and making good shots. What a terrific job.
Noel wide open. He fires. And it hung on the rim, but wouldn't fall for him. To the inside. Here's Mudiay. Here's Clarkson. And no good that time. Now Oklahoma City takes it the other way. And with Robertson, you're missing his versatility on the defensive end.
It's no secret that he is out there due to his incredible defense. This guy can guard forwards, he can guard guards, and his reach is so important to this defensive scheme.
Ferguson's checked in for Gallinari. And out of bounds as the Jazz gain possession. Jazz leading by 23. The pass to Davis. On the wing, Mitchell. He's covered by Muscala. And it's Mitchell missing. The Thunder shooting is leaving something to be desired. Just 36% here in the third quarter. Ferguson, the pass to Muscala. Kicks to Noel. Now, here's Robertson. Covered by Mitchell. Robertson dishes to Muscala. 5 to shoot. And it's Schroeder missing.
I'll tell you, everything went right in terms of execution. He just can't get it to go.
Pass to Clarkson. Shot and game clock separated by 5. Robertson, the pass to Muscala. The feed now to Noel. A second chance effort. And terrific work on the offensive glass when he picks up 2. Noel's got his second bucket of the night. From downtown. Rebound by Muscala. And the Thunder pushing it up now. Here's Ferguson, and that one drops for him.
And looking a lot better now, but still a long way to go to get back into this one.
Yeah, but this run started with tighter execution at both ends, and that'll need to be maintained for them to have a chance to take the lead.
And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. Jazz out in front. And let's take this opportunity now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
We call that, Greg, putting it right in the pocket, and he knew what to do with it once it was there.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. Steven Adams is out there with Noel. Then there's Dennis Schroeder, and it's Dort in at the 3. That's the lineup out there for the Thunder. Schroeder with the ball. Now defended by Mitchell. Shot good by Diallo.
Well, coaches love seeing this from Dennis Schroeder. Recognize the situation, find the open teammate.
For 3, Mitchell's shot is good. And the Jazz lead by 20.
Unwilling to let up, even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flame.
One thing I enjoy is watching players who don't pay attention to the score. You lock in on the moment and play the right way.
Clarkson on the wing. Conley feeling it out. Off the left rim and out. The Thunder shooting for the game at 42%. Here's Diallo. Rebound by Mitchell.
And guys, you've heard of overpassing. Well, that shot was an example of underpassing.
Well, there's no doubt there were better options on the floor, but it certainly seemed like he had his mind made up.
Passes to Gobert. Too long in the paint, and he's hit with a 3-second violation. Doris, if you had to list a player with all the great talent in this league that's the most difficult to stop one-on-one, who would that be?
Well, like in similar situations, I can't give you just one. Some names that come immediately to mind, James Harden, obviously, has been in the MVP race for 5 years running, I think. He's virtually impossible to guard, right? He's got a great system for his individual skills. Kevin Durant can get any shot he wants at any time. And then the virtuoso that is LeBron James, who can pick you apart with shooting, with scoring, with passing. He's really nothing short of remarkable. How good a playmaker are we watching? Always leading, always trying to create for others.
Here's the 3. Got a piece of it. And so the ball out of bounds. Gobert touched it last. Thunder trailing by 17. Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Adams with it. Now defended by Gobert. Gallinari passes to Dort. Off target from three-point range. Utah's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. In the corner, O'Neal with it. On the wing, Ingles. Outside, Conley. From 15 feet away, and he battles for the ball and gets the second chance bucket. And the Jazz lead by 19.
You look at Donovan Mitchell and you don't understand the guy has a 6'10 wingspan. He's a problem on the offensive glass.
Gallinari kicks to Adams. That shot off the mark. Gobert with the defensive effort. Here's Mitchell. Kept alive. Second chance shot. The pass to Ingles. Takes the 3. Unable to get that one. And Oklahoma City will go with it the other way. Here's Dort, and a great assist by Gilgeous-Alexander as that one goes in. It's Gobert with the ball for Utah. They lead by 17. Here's O'Neal. And a miss there on the triple. Thunder have gone 4 of 7 from the field since the beginning of the fourth. Dort misses. Utah has gotten the three-point bug tonight. They've taken 15 shots outside the arc. They're 6 of 15.
And this is what they wanted. I mean, to announce their presence in this matchup with authority. Very decisive. It can definitely be considered a statement win for Utah.
In the end, they had a better shooting percentage, and that's what made the difference. Sometimes, things go your way. The other team wasn't catching many lucky breaks themselves.
Yeah, and Kevin, not all about luck. I thought their overall shot selection was better.
And so they'll be advancing their win total to 42 games. And looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Rudy Gobert.
Boy, I thought his best work was his pursuit of the basketball. He competed for every rebound, fought for position in the paint, and never stopped working. I love it.
Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Adams. He gets it in there.
That pass had to be thrown not only in the right spot, but at the right time.
Here's Mitchell, and he gets it to go. And the Jazz lead by 19.
Saw the opportunity to put this away and did not turn it down.
Yeah, playing with great energy and great effort. And as a coach, you'd love to see this from your team every single night.
Oh, and the dunk by Mitchell.
But the truth is they've had control of this game.
And I couldn't agree more. What makes it that much more impressive, they're doing it on the road.
And his defense, so valuable. Not many can bother that shot at the rim.
Boy, you see the effort. You see the range. This guy prides himself in his ability to shut you down.
It's stolen by Ingles. And so it's Utah easily grabbing the win. This one was over, David. Thank you as always. And that'll wrap it up, folks.
unprecedented improvements to shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending. unprecedented improvements, shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending. unprecedented improvements, shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending.
All right, we are catching up with the NBA 2K community talking about NBA 2K21, and we have Pretty Loves Pink in the house. Welcome back to the show. Love having you on, as always.
Yes, I love being here. Thank you for thinking of me.
Now, Pink, we talked last at the launch party of NBA 2K.
And here's a look at some numbers for Beasley.
And guys, how about the surge of offense he's experiencing right now? These last 5 games, he's been a machine at the offensive end. A different score than he had been earlier in the season. We'll find out if he can keep it going here tonight.
So here's Oklahoma City's starting group. Gallinari and Adams, the combo out front. Gilgeous-Alexander out there with Paul. And it's Dort in at the 3. And for Minnesota, Beasley is out there with Russell. Then it's Karl-Anthony Towns. And it's Hernan Gomez in at the power forward. The Timberwolves shooting their first free throws of the game.
And 75% on the season as a unit from the free throw line.
With the playoffs around the corner, Brent, some teams already making vacation plans. Talk about the disappointment that those kinds of teams are feeling right now.
Yeah, you start the beginning of training camp with ideas of wanting to play into the postseason, and you know the realization of that goal is not going to be met. And what you want to do is remember your opportunity as a player, Kevin, to go out and still compete. You might not be back with the team that you're playing the end of the season with, the last 10 games. Maybe you're somewhere else. But there are teams, as we've always said, still watching you. And so don't ever get away from the idea of the competition as the season winds down.
They always say the eye in the sky doesn't lie. Everything is on tape, right?
I mean, yeah, and they are assessing how it is that you approach that, because you show your stripes when things are not going well. What kind of character do you have?
And he wasn't about to do anything that would get him in trouble there.
Nope, up and in with a one-hand finish, the most basic possible. Now here's Paul. Last game he had 28 points. Gallinari passes to Adams. And now Minnesota on the fast break. Towns up top. Russell with a wide open look. Misses the three. Thunder have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Dort passes to Gilgeous-Alexander. And Gallinari kicks to Gilgeous-Alexander. To the wing on the left. 5 on the clock. There's the pass to Adams. Oklahoma City needs to get off a shot. And it's Gallinari missing.
You're not going to see that very often. The defense in the vicinity, but still, he's not one to blow layups.
For 3, Okogie. And it's out of bounds. They say last touch by Adams. We're just about 2 minutes into the first quarter. Beasley outside. 6 to shoot. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. Steven Adams picks one up. The Timberwolves shot 2 free throws, and they're 1 of 2 so far. And both free throws good for Beasley.
Well, you can tell he's feeling confident right now at the line, and when he's on, he can be lights out.
Out to the wing. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Buries the long-range jumper. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 5 now.
This is why you love Chris Paul running your offense. Just move without the ball, find some space, and the ball will find you. Still searching out their offensive game right now. 1 of 5 from the field to start this one.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that one.
Here's Okogie. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. Well, when Danilo Gallinari came into the NBA, Brent, he was just a catch-and-shoot type player. But he's so much more than that now.
Well, I think with the way the league has changed with the three-point shot and Gallinari's ability to do that, he's gotten a lot smarter about picking his spots when the pump fake can drive in and draw some contact.
The Thunder shooting their first free throws here tonight.
And team free throw numbers really about as good as you could ask for, around 80% on the season.
Whole new look on the floor for Minnesota.
Well, that's a guy out there in Steven Adams that you just have to pay attention to. Every night he's going to bang around the opposing big guys and be a threat around the rim to score and pick up offensive rebounds.
Now here's Diallo. He averages a bit over 6 points a game. To the left wing, Ferguson for 3. A rebound by the Timberwolves. And with Adams on the offensive glass, he is impossible to move.
Well, that's a big reason why a couple years ago, Kevin, he grabbed more offensive rebounds than defensive rebounds. So you know he's going to live in the paint.
Passes it to Diallo. Back to Noel. And Noel throws it down.
What elevation. He's a smaller but still determined big man. And he likes mixing it up with his impressive vert.
Johnson against Noel. That one good for 2.
Well, the strength of Johnson, they're hard to contain, adept at scoring despite getting bodied up.
Left side, Adams. Bounce pass from Diallo. It's intercepted. Pass to Culver. Wide open look. And it's Noel with the rebound.
Yeah, that miss might stick with him for a little while. That's kind of a shoot-around jumper if I've ever seen one.
And it's Schroeder missing.
I don't know what happened there. That was an easy 2 points that he just threw away.
And so it's Minnesota with it after the miss from Dennis Schroeder. Noel. He's guarded by Schroeder. Kicks to Culver. Shot clock at 5. And that won't go, missing the go-ahead bucket. And it's Schroeder with the ball. He brings it up for Oklahoma City. Here's Diallo. Puts the move on. Pass to Noel. The jump shot from the baseline is right on target. Noel's got his second bucket of the night.
Well, just wants to continue Nerlens Noel to show that he is working on his game offensively to become more effective.
Noel. 1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one so far. Thunder lead by 2. And we'll get things started in the second. All-star big man Karl Anthony Towns is hungry to next.
I want to be the best player who ever played. And
his coaches, Greg, and teammates love hearing that.
And how can you not? I mean, that kind of drive is special. And with his tools and potential, hard to put a ceiling on just how good he can be.
And if you're just tuning in, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. What stands out to you from Oklahoma City in this one?
Well, their effort on the defensive end has set the tone for this game.
Yeah, defense has been infectious here as everybody stepping up aggressively on that end.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. And so in the game for the Timberwolves, Layman is out there with Johnson. Then it's Culver, and it's Reed, and at the center, filling out the middle. Now, here's Robertson. Tight defense on him. And Noel kicks to Ferguson. Whole new look on the floor for Minnesota. The Thunder also changing it up. Gallinari, he's checked in for Nerlens Noel. Gilgeous-Alexander comes in for Terrence Ferguson. And Paul subbed in for Dennis Schroeder. Gallinari passes to Muscala. And there's a nice one-handed slam.
We'll see if they can finally hold on to a lead. It's been back and forth all night.
Well, you can tell they really want to increase this lead. They can't keep letting them take it from them.
Towns wide open. That one a little long. Gallinari with it. He's picked up by Russell. Robertson the pass to Muscala. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
Oh, just solid on the one-handed slam.
And guys, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball. You know, officials try to be as objective as possible, Brent. It does sometimes feel like we get superstar calls, correct?
I think there's absolutely superstar calls, Kevin. And, you know, the purist in me wants the referees to keep it fair, but understanding that the game is entertainment and understanding what it takes to be that level of player, every now and then seeing a guy like James Harden getting a few more free throws or watching Giannis find his way to the line a few more times, I shrug my shoulders and I say, yeah, I actually kind of get it.
Yeah, good examples. It's stolen by Hernan Gomez. And out of bounds as the Thunder gain possession. Thunder have gone 3 of 4 from the floor here in the second quarter. Robertson with it. He's up against Beasley. Inside Leaner. That's good from Gallinari on the assist from Robertson. Gallinari's got his first points of the game.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
And Beasley, here we go. And he finishes nicely on the layup. It has been nip and tuck through the first half.
Exactly, guys. The way it's seesawed back and forth, unbelievable.
Robertson the pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. And now Minnesota on the fast break. Russell's running. Here's Hernan Gomez. That shot off. Some solid defense from Gallinari. 2 minutes remaining in the quarter. 1:58 left in the first half. Back to Muscala. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Muscala's got his third basket of the night right there.
Now, Gallinari at that size can do a little bit of everything, and I like to see him dishing the rock.
And Beasley, here we go. And he comes up with the deuce.
Well, that's one way he can finish, but far from the only way he gets it done. He's got all kinds of tricks up his sleeve.
And Gallinari kicks to Robertson. hits the three-point bomb. Roberson's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Over to the left wing. Back to Beasley. Towns down low. He's covered by Muscala. And it's Towns missing.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far.
To the middle. Here's Gallinari. Can't hit that one. And Minnesota will come the other way. Here's Okogie. The layup off target. And so it's Paul with it, bringing it up for the Thunder. This game coming after a loss against the Jazz. Robertson the pass to Gallinari. Scores for only the second time tonight. Now 2 for 6 from the field.
Yeah, and they're starting to warm up from the field this quarter.
Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. They get it back.
This is a rough stretch right here for him offensively. Seems to be rushing shots.
Russell against Paul. Robertson the pass to Gallinari. The dish to Muscala. Back to Gallinari. Takes it off the glass. Now it's a 6-point Oklahoma City lead.
Respecting the effort from Gallo there, works his way near the rim, and no one stops him from doing this thing there.
And so it's Oklahoma City. Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime, so we'll be back in just a...
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Greetings to a competitive matchup for Oklahoma City in the first quarter. They never trailed by more than 3 points, and it was neck and neck. And that's a wrap.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. You look at Gallinari, what a contribution.
In those first 2 quarters, he was pretty much an automatic bucket getter if he got it down low on the block.
Yeah, we'll see if the double teams start to come here in the second half to make them adjust offensively, but he's going to keep going at him.
And on the floor for Billy Donovan as we get into the second half. Gallinari and Adams, the combo out front. Chris Paul is out there with Gilgeous-Alexander. And it's Dort in at the free side. Adams' shot is good.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth, physical basketball, guys.
Beasley outside. And that one hits back iron.
And they continue to control the glass.
Gallinari dishes to Paul. Ball's knocked loose, and it's out of bounds. Oklahoma City able to retain possession here. A different look for Oklahoma City. Noel's checked in for Gallinari. Diallo comes in for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. And Dennis Schroeder subbed in for Chris Paul. Diallo the pass to Noel. Over Hernangomez. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. Brent, when it comes to moving around in tight quarters without a lot of space, who's the quickest player that you have seen in a half-court set this year?
Still remarkable to watch where it is that Kyrie Irving can get to on the floor in any sort of possession. It's like he could take, 50 dribbles in a phone booth and find a way out of it, spinning around and finding gaps within the defense. But it's not his handle with just the one hand, right, Kevin? It's about he has an idea of after he does the moves around the traffic, when he gets into the basket, multiple ways of finishing, much like Rod Strickland, who was a tremendous finisher in his days years and years ago. Kyrie's got a lot of that in his game.
90 seconds now into the second half. Adams finds Schroeder. Here's Adams. Towns with the steal.
Wow, you watched the defender, and it looked like he knew that was coming. He made a quick play on it to intercept the ball in the passing lane.
Using outstanding floor awareness there. Russell's ability to pick apart the defense and find the open man.
Back to Noel. Here's Dort. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. Adams, the pass to Noel, and slam dunk by Noel.
Yeah, I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones. Beasley right side, and the shot goes down. Beasley's got 8 points.
And no matter what they've tried, the D just has not been able to deny them the ball inside.
Here's Noel, and no good. Trying to use the glass. Timberwolves trail by 8. No good with the triple. Well, we're into the third quarter, just over 2.5 minutes played. Oklahoma City moving it around. The kick out to Adams from outside the arc. Minnesota with the rebound.
He's not the guy that you want to give a wide open look from three-point range. They're lucky that that one doesn't cost them.
It's good by Hernangomez.
And you gotta love the big bucket in the paint in this sort of a grinded-out game.
The pass to Noel. Back to Diallo. Feeds it to Noel. Passes it to George. 4 on the shot clock. Goes back up, and the shot is good. Schroeder's got his first points of the night.
Well, Schroeder likes to drive first, now establishing the shoot first confidence. Love watching him rise up immediately after the catch.
Okogie, terrific assist, a nice finish. Solid play all around.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
To the left side wing. The wide open shot from Hernangomez. Off target from the wing. The Thunder leading by 6. Noel wide open. He fires. And the 3 off target. Beasley outside. From outside off the mark.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
And that's 10 straight points in the paint. The defense, nowhere to be found.
Here's Noel. They get it again. And it's blocked. Towns against Schroeder. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. It's going to be on Nerlens Noel.
And already a leader at such a young age. Towns' teammates look to him to anchor them on both ends, and he has not disappointed.
And the Thunder going with a whole new group out there.
And you look at how Towns is so effective on offense, and it's because he really has the entire package for a big man. Back to the basket, facing up, playing outside or in, off the bounce or on the catch. This guy can do it all.
Johnson, he's checked in for the Timberwolves.
It's just a master class when Chris Paul has the ball. Great at orchestrating the offense and right there finding his teammate.
Culver dishes to Johnson. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation. Seconds left to play in the third. Ferguson for 3, and a great assist by Paul as that one goes in. Paul's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. Lehman, and no good on the last second attempt this time. And so it's Oklahoma City heading to the bench with a 7-point lead as we wrap up the quarter. Here now a chance to show you our assist of the game, and it's presented as always by State Farm.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
Yeah, those are the kind of plays that you want to put on a canvas. Just beautiful basketball.
And this is it. Glad to have you along for this 4th and final quarter. They've got Lehman, also Johnson out there. And it's Culver in at the point. So that's the lineup for Minnesota.
Just a nice job of snipping one out right there. Would love to see Johnson try to get a few more of those freebies.
No issues on that one. Good work all around.
Noel. Gilgeous-Alexander covering. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
240 pounds at 6'8". That's where James Johnson right there can be intimidating against any opponent, especially inside.
Good on the second free throw. Well, we're now on the back end of what has been, Greg, an incredible career for Chris Paul. Perhaps no longer the undisputed best point guard in the game, but still a top challenge.
And Chris Paul might not be the best point guard, but any team would be happy to have him. His efficiency and playmaking aren't going away anytime soon. And even though he's never been an overly athletic player, that aspect of his game still is strong as ever.
He dishes it to Gallinari. Another shot. Here's Muscala. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. That one's on Johnson.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
And the first one at the line is good. That one falls, so he hits both of them.
Makes it pretty tough on the defense. Who you're going to pick to send to the free throw line. He's hitting the free throws right now. Form looks good.
Russell passes to Johnson, and then Johnson with the dunk.
Well, known for his athleticism, Johnson can sneak up on you, and that time, that dunk looking second nature.
Here's Muscala. Rebound by Okogie.
Yeah, it's pretty much the only way to keep him from taking advantage of you down low. You got to play tough, physical defense.
A pull-up. That shot is off, and it's the Timberwolves taking it the other way. Johnson goes in, and then Johnson with the dunk.
Crafty getting into the lane. Johnson at his size weaves in and gets the contact and initiates it on the drive.
Gilgeous-Alexander kicks to Gallinari. Releases from 15. Gilgeous-Alexander, good. And the Thunder lead by 4.
And that's definitely a shot that he has in his arsenal.
Inside. And the dunk by Town.
Fundamentals, guys, using the one-hand slam.
Well, he makes the basics look pretty exceptional. Lets it go from 11, and it's Gallinari missing.
Well, there's more he could have done in this game for sure, but it hasn't kept them from pulling ahead.
Outside, Russell to take the lead. Knocks down the 3-ball. Russell's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
Hitting three-pointers, so important in today's NBA. Good thing Russell's got the range and confidence to do so.
Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Muscala dishes to Gallinari. Basket counts.
Big time shot from Gallinari. This is why he's one of the leaders of the team.
The Timberwolves trail. To the paint. Here's Towns. And the dunk by Towns. And guys, here in the fourth quarter, still a close game.
Instant classic, fellas. This one could come right down to the last shot.
Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Muscala. Gallinari against Johnson. And Gallinari kicks to Ferguson. Shot clock at 6. Oklahoma City moving it around. Gilgeous-Alexander can't get it to go. And it's Towns with the ball. He'll bring it up for Minnesota. It's to Okogie. We've played just over 3.5 minutes now in the fourth quarter. The pass to Beasley. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City.
And that was almost a block. Still did enough to alter the shot.
Yeah, altering the shot just as long as there's a miss. That kind of energy not wasted. Gilgeous-Alexander is going to celebrate that one.
Russell kicks to Johnson. Back to Russell. There's 57 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. And there it is for him.
Remember that one. Guys, a difference maker.
I'm wondering, Greg, is that the biggest shot of the game?
Johnson against Paul. Outside, Russell. Some solid defense from Gallinari. Absolutely critical chance right here.
They need this one to go their way.
And he could not get that one to go. Out of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
You had a foul to give there, but you'd rather not have it cost your team points.
He sinks the clutch free throw. And so both free throws good that time, and that puts him ahead.
And how about the composure there at the line? A ton of pressure on those free throws, and he knocks them both in.
Here's Johnson. Yes!
Johnson been in that spot before, embracing the opportunity and coming through clutch.
Over to the left wing. Johnson against Gallinari. It's stolen by Adams. Pass to Ferguson. Got it!
And the combination of his quickness and soft touch around the rim really allows him to pull off shots like that. A lot of players don't have the reverse in their arsenal.
I love the unselfishness, and you know coaches do as well.
Well, not just coach, but you can see it in the teammates, the way that they look at him. They appreciate it when he shares the ball like that.
Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City. They're trailing by 1. 1 second left to play in the final quarter. Now the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, Karl Anthony Towns.
And he's provided them with a major mismatch on that low block tonight. That they've been able to lean on his scoring in the paint